Hello, everyone. My name is Nicholas Guilak. I go by Nico. I'm an actor. I also teach at the local colleges in the Los Angeles area, and I privately coach as well. This is my new YouTube channel to teach actors tips and tricks and techniques and so forth. If you have any questions, you can always comment and I'll respond to you. But mostly it's all going to be general unless we get specific. Um, First thing you should know, any class you take, they all use practically the same technique. The rules are pretty much the same, but teachers tend to bring their own new aspect to the technique, be it posture, be it repetition, be it sense memory, moment to moment, substitution. Meisner, Uda Hagen, Lee Strasberg, Stanislavski himself, and all the modern classes. What you need to understand is that these are just tools. Now, in class, teachers will push their own technique, well, because they're pushing their own technique. But you as an actor just need to know that these are just tools for you to use, because ultimately on stage, set, or in front of a TV, when they call action or when the lights come on, you have to throw away your homework and be in the zone, be in the moment. Listen, react, and trust that you've done your homework and let it go. If an audience member ever sees you doing your homework on stage or in front of a camera, well, then you're not doing it right. Now, some actors will say that, well, they don't like to rehearse or they like to keep it organic, which is true. But I am a big advocate of rehearsal and work because no matter how many times you do it, you work with your scene partners, you take risks. Risk is everything in acting. You have to take some chances, and the only way you'll know what you're doing is if you do it prior and see what works and what doesn't. And sometimes these happy accidents happen where you find something that you never would have found. Now, if you're on stage and doing your show and you're on your 600th performance, well, yeah, you'll find new stuff. Your character will have an arc and you will change. Your character will change throughout. Or episodics like Friends or Seinfeld, if you watch the earlier episodes, you'll see these actors are still finding the characters. They don't know it. It takes process, response from the audience, and then they kind of create their characters. So you have to rehearse. Again, the organicness will come when they call action. When you're in front, the nerves will kick in. Where the camera lights are on, if the crew's around you, the other actor, be it a star, be it another actor, yeah, it's going to keep it real for you. And at that point, you just throw away everything that you trust, that you know what to do in the moment without planning, I guess I should say. A fallacy that really is a pet peeve of mine is when, and this is usually with newer actors, when they say, "Oh, I'm a film actor," or I'm a theater actor. I don't do television, or I don't do film. I don't do theater." Well, your job as an actor is to bring life to the page. That's what you do. So there is no such thing. Yes, there are all three different mediums and three different techniques, and we'll talk about this in future episodes. But to say I'm a film actor, well, I don't know what that means. As an actor, you're an actor. So it doesn't matter what medium you're in. So stop saying that if you are one of those people. And you should try everything. You should try everything, no matter how many classes you take, how many books you read, how many degrees you have. The best is actually doing the work. Regional theater, community theater, college, whatever, high school theater, get on stage. Stage is great because there's continuity, number one, which you won't have on film and television because of financial reasons. So you can actually see your character go from A to B to C, and you see the arc. And then you also have live response, plus you don't have retakes. So it's great because I find that most of the greatest things I found in acting is by accidents that happen on stage. Now, again, these are for the people that don't do theater. You should always do everything. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what I think is a very important aspect of acting is the relationship. Now, relationship is a big one. It's actually in two folds. We'll do it on the first fold, which is the character's relationship. So when you read a play, and this is another thing that actors tend to do, they go right to the script and they go right to their parts. And some actors don't even read the scripts or the plays, which blows my mind. If I was to go out with you and I ask you, Well, tell me about you. Do you think I will learn more about you from the things that you tell me, or if I were to go out with your friends one night at a bar, have a few drinks, and just randomly start asking questions, and they start talking about you without you being there? Same thing with film and plays and TV shows. You have to read the script because most of the stuff you will find out about your character are being said by other characters in scenes that you're not in. So a good actor should know. I personally want to know everything. I memorize my lines, their lines, I know everything. And this way, if we do improv or something goes wrong, I can play and know how to bring it back. So don't be a lazy actor. So back to relationship. But what do I mean by relationship? Well, every scene in every play, script, whatever, has a relationship. What you need to do is figure out who is the person I'm talking to. Who is this person to me? To the character, not to you. To the character that you're creating. And what's my relationship with him? There are, 8 billion people in the world? And I could give you a line and you could do it 8 billion different ways. And is it are any of them wrong? No. But you want to make the best choice. So what's your relationship with this person you're on the scene with? Who is this person to you? And more importantly, what do you feel about him right now? The now is pertinent and important because, as an example, you go to a supermarket and you see this mother with this toddler running around screaming and shouting and throwing a tantrum. The mother's losing her shit. She grabs the kid by the ear, yanks her out, throws her in the car. Well, does that mother want to kill that kid? Yeah. Does that mother love that kid? Yeah. But at this moment, right now, she could tear his head off. Right? So the now is very important. So who am I talking to? How do I feel about this person right now in the realm of the imagination of your characters that you're building? Second, who am I talking about? How do I feel about that person right now while I'm talking to this person, and how I feel about this person right now? Well, that's going to change the line. Right? And then third, who else is in the environment? Who else is in the room? How do I feel about that person being in this room? And what's my relationship to that person right now as I'm talking about the person I'm talking about right now, what I feel about that person to the person I'm talking to? See, that's 3 folds. That makes it dynamic. That gives your character, makes it not monotonous, makes it real. You make choices, looks, subtleties that are real because you actually feel it. Now, we'll talk about substitution, which is the second fold, but we'll do that at a later time. So right now, just for today's exercise, is the relationship that you're creating. Who is the person I'm talking to? How do I feel about them right now? Who's the person I'm talking about? How do I feel about them right now? And who else is in the room? And how do I feel about them right now while I'm doing all 3 of these? Now, your characters are role-playing as well. Because if I give you a line right now, it's just a simple straight line, and say, okay, say this line to your mother. Now say it to your lover. Now say it to your little brother. Now say it to the President of the United States. Now say it to the Pope. Now say it to your parole officer. That same exact line is going to change because of the relationship. So you have to be specific with the characters you're choosing and the choices that you make. And a lot of this is imagination. I mean, the writer will hint. A good writer won't tell you, but will hint it throughout the play or the script for you to figure out and make it your own. Now, next week we'll talk about the substitution work. Okay, I hope this helps. And let me know if there's anything you want me to do or add. I mean, we'll be talking about a lot of different things, but we're at 9 minutes now, and I think that's more than enough. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.